Google just launched Gemini 3.1 Pro and people are still using it like a general chatbot. But understanding some settings and some functions will 10x your productivity and saves you tons of hours. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the settings that you can turn on Google Gemini and some of the tools that you can use in order to 10x your productivity and save a lot of time. You can make Google Gemini your own personal AI assistant to do anything, solve anything, and produce anything that you want. Let's start with some of the settings that you can turn on in order to better use Google Gemini. So this is what the Google Gemini platform looks like. First of all, understand that Google provides 3 different models inside Google Gemini in order to generate contents. Here, fast, thinking, and pro. The default setting is fast, so it answers very quickly. You type in anything over here, it answers as soon as you can. The another one is thinking. So most people don't even use thinking. If you use thinking in order to generate answers for you, you will get a better result. Let me show you an example. I have a sales call tomorrow. The sales call is at 2 p.m. but I have to go pick up some stuff at 1 p.m. and it's 20 minutes drive from where I live. 20 minutes drive, 20 minutes forth. So what time do you think should I leave? Create me a schedule for tomorrow so that I don't miss out on this meeting. So once I input, it's gonna thoroughly analyze. The thinking model is gonna take some time because it analyzes what I gave. So it went through all that I wanted and created me a schedule so that I don't miss out on my sales call. If you're asking Google Gemini to do something very important or something very complex that needs logical reasoning, then use the thinking mode. The another mode here is pro mode. This pro mode is a paid version, so you might need to have a subscription to use this pro version, and it uses advanced reasoning, logical thinking in order to do and solve math problems and even code. I've used this version in order to code an entire website. Understand these 3 modes first and then choose accordingly what you want. Fast answers quickly. It's for generic questions and general answers that you want. Thinking solves complex problems, uses logic to analyze and provides you a detailed plan. Pro writes code and does advanced reasoning. Now you could use these modes based on your needs and use Google Gemini to produce better results. Another settings that you need to do is go to settings, go to personal intelligence and give out instruction for Gemini. Add an instruction. So add an instruction on how you prefer the answer, who are you, what do you do, what do you prefer, what is the context, and everything. Once Gemini remembers everything about you, it's going to provide a personalized, tailored answer based on what you need and who you are and how you like it. Using Google Gemini like this will more personalize the answer for you. Now, Google Gemini is a multimodal engine, which means that you can use different apps and different versions of the app inside it so that you don't have to go and connect it through different sources such as N8N or Make.com. You can use and connect everything inside Google Gemini and use those in order to use it as a personal AI assistant. Let me show you how you can do that. So just go to personal intelligence and go to connected apps. You could connect Google Workspace, which means you will be connecting your Gmail, your Google Calendar, your Google Docs, Google Drive. So whenever you need something, you could just go to Google Gemini. And if you have some files on Google Docs, you could ask, pull me this information out from this Google Doc. Then it's going to pull out that information and show it right to you so that you don't have to go through Google Docs and look for that information. If you want to send an email to somebody, you could just type in send an email to this person and it's going to send an email directly to that. So connecting different apps, you could connect all the Google apps, you could connect other extra apps like GitHubs and also other apps which will help you connect all those tools and run them through this single interface. Connecting apps with Google Gemini is super smart. You'll be able to use it like an AI assistant. You don't have to go through Gmail. You don't have to go through Google Docs. You just type it in Google Gemini and it's going to do the work for you. Now, turning these settings and toggling between those modes can help you better use Google Gemini. So these are some of the important settings that you need to understand before you start using Google Gemini as an AI assistant. Now, let's talk about tools and how to use Google Gemini and to improve your productivity and save tons of hours. Now, first, let's start with the passive user trap. So most users use it as a search bot, but a little bit advanced user use it in a better way, that they want standard procedure, they give more context, they provide system defaults, they turn on all the settings that I talked about, but still this is manual context entry. It's going to get a high friction. But Gemini 3.0 way, it allows you to turn on reasoning, it allows you to turn on extension and allows you to turn on memory, which gives you personalized logic. These simple settings can save you more than 10 hours a week. So go on, turn those settings in that I talked about a minute ago. Now let's talk about some of the tools that Google Gemini provides that helps you build better and not just get our answers. So these are the tools that Google Gemini provides. It creates image using Google Gemini Nano Banana Pro. This is hands down the best image generation model out there. So this is Canvas. You could build anything over here. I've even built an entire website and set it up for a business using Google Gemini Canvas. Only using Google Gemini Canvas, I've built an entire website. I'll leave the link in the description below. You can check and see how I use Google Gemini Canvas in order to build a website and set it up for business. Another one is deep research. So the deep research is an autonomous agent. What it does, it instead of searching, browsing, and reading, it plans and executes. It takes a little bit of more time than general chat, but Gemini Deep Research helps you get better research. If you ask it to research all the Reddit platforms, all the subreddit, and pick out the questions or pick out the concerns, it's going to take some minute and generate a deep, thorough research plan and execution plan for you to do whatever you want to do. So it does not just give out result. It plans, it browses live web, it cites sources, and presents out a report. Create video. Google Veo 3.1 is the best video generation model out there. But a lot of other video generation models are competing right now, like Kling. But using Veo 3, a lot of content creators are using Veo 3 in order to create highly optimized content. With just a text prompt, it lets you create an entire video. Google Veo 3 blew up in 2025. It gives out correct typography and also complex cinematic editing. It uses Nano Banana Pro to generate an image, Veo 3 to generate a video. So if you see a lot of AI videos being posted on your social media feed, different kind of videos, most of those videos are generated using Google Veo 3. Understand how realistic they get. Even the text appears correctly. The voice, the background sound, the image, everything is pretty good. Soon it's going to be so good that you won't even know if the video is created using AI. So the create music function is new. I haven't used the create music function, but let me check that out. So looks like I could just describe the track over here and it's going to generate a music. That's pretty cool. You can try that out. So guided learning, any course you want to learn, any tool you want to learn, this is going to help you create a guided learning module, which you can follow on a step-by-step basis in order to learn anything you want. Along with those, Google Gemini 3.1 even provides real-time visual reasoning. So you could take a picture of anything you want and ask it what is going on and explain it. It's going to generate an answer that detects errors, that gives you feedbacks and even critics, and even gives you a solution to what your problem you're facing. Another important feature that a lot of people don't know about is the while you sleep assistant. So you could prompt it once and run it forever. It works while you sleep. You can tell Monday do this. You can tell Wednesday do this. You can tell Tuesday do this. You could tell Wednesday do this. And it's going to do it every single day of the week. So once prompt and work forever. This is how real AI assistant works. One of the biggest features I found on Google Gemini is that it researches even large files. So if you input any files, any PDF, any doc on ChatGPT or any other model, it says too much context. But if you upload a 50-page research PDF into Google Gemini, it's going to convert it into audio or a learning guide or a report. It has the capacity to listen to your data, understand even the largest document, and turn it into learning experiences. So turning all these settings and start using these tools is going to help you much better use Google Gemini and make it an AI assistant. Let's go through all of these steps one by one so that it's easier for you to understand. So this is your upgrade checklist. Personalize, set instruction for Gemini, give it a role, give it a goal. Connect, enable Google Workspace extension and connect different apps that you want to work with. Think to switch model to thinking for logic or math and advanced or pro. Now automate. You can set one recurring scheduled task. You can tell it Monday do this, Wednesday do this, and it's going to do that every single day of the week. Now if you want a secure usage, you could use temporary chat button for sensitive data. Now turning those settings on and using different tools, you can become dangerously good at Google Gemini. Now let me go through the resources and tiers. So in free plan, you're allowed to instruct Gemini, you're allowed to connect workspace, allow temporary chat. There is deep search, but it's limited. But if you want to use Google Gemini to its full availability, full version, then you need a paid version of that. So it allows you thinking mode, unlimited deep research, it allows you to schedule tasks, and even execute Python codes. So once you understand these settings and these tools, believe me, you're going to be dangerously good at using Google Gemini 3.0. You can build tons of stuff. You can save tons of hours. Now, if you found this helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll be coming back with another video next week. And I'll be breaking down these AI tools so that it's easier for you to use and take the full leverage of it.